Hello everybody and welcome back to my Final Fantasy VII Let's Play. This is episode 27, and if you remember, possibly in the last episode, I got Yuffie, a fellow teammate. As you can see, I also did a little bit of grinding because I needed more money, and I kind of got 20k more than I needed. But the reason is because you can average about 4 to 5 enemies in this place, which means that you can get their limits quicker. So as you can see, I haven't actually gotten further with the limits, but I did do some like high amounts of killing with Tifa and Cloud. So they're probably going to be very, very close to getting their next one, which would be fantastic because I think it's Meteor Rain and I can't remember Tifa's, to tell you the truth. But here's the other thing. I got Ares next limit in her level 2. This one is insanely helpful, right? No, I don't want to do that. I want to check. Whew. Close call there. Now, as you can read it, it says that it raises the party's limit gauge to the max, and well, except yours, because obviously yours has to be full anyway. So she basically sacrifices her limit break to give the other two characters theirs. So it's an extremely useful limit break to have, especially if you can get it as early on as possible. But if you remember, there's something at Fort Condor that I need to do, so let's just get this to go in the right direction, and there's Fort Condor. So you may remember the reason why I'm doing this is because, if I didn't get into these fights, is because you get whoa, what is that? Hell Rider. Yeah, the reason I'm doing it is because you get some really good items, and one of the items you actually get is so useful, in fact, that if you miss it, you're an idiot for missing it, because I believe it's the earliest point that you can get something that doubles the amount of AP attached to it. I mean, these are fantastic, especially when you can get the triple like the triple equipment for some characters. I mean, I think Cloud's is called Apocalypse, maybe? It takes a little while to get it though. But yeah, no, you definitely want to do this if you come through this game after watching me play through this episode, or in fact the entire game, because it will really speed up the amount of time that it will reduce the amount of time you need in order to get those essential low-level magics to something more useful. You know, like sort of cure. Because if you can get cure to level 3, you get regen or regen. I've never been able to figure out how to pronounce that, because obviously you could say regen, but it's obviously regen. But then, you know, I could get confused. So you definitely want to get this. So we'll get some free rest here. We'll save on the tents, and we will head off and save it at the save point here, and we'll go and annihilate this mission. Now I think there are about 3 or 4 of these little battles that we have to do. I'll just save it here in case I fail. I ain't having more of my money. Alright, it's nice to see they're extremely slow at climbing these ladders. So, let's go give that guy the 4 grand you want, shall we? Up another ladder. There's the dude with his chesticles hanging out. It's an interesting choice of wear. Clothing. There we go. Got up the stairs this time as well. I need to contribute gil, don't I? We need 3 grand for each battle. Well, if I give you 5 grand. Now, you ain't having any more. And ready. You have 10 enemies. They appear to be many beasts, so you may want to deploy more attackers. Oh, no. I'm sorry, but sometimes these guys get... they're just so smart. So as you can see, you can't place enemies below this point. So what we want to do is find out what do more damage to beasts. So in this case, Attacker 01 moves fast, beats beasts, and loses to barbarians. So if we deploy him there, and then deploy him there, and one there. Should probably put 2 there. But yeah, no, now what I need to do is figure out which button sets the speed up nice and high. I don't know whether that's high or low, but as you can see, here's the beasts. They've got 230 health, he's headed that way. Action. You obviously want to speed this up as fast as you can, and because these guys beat beasts, you can force them pretty low down here, to which is where they obviously spawn, as you can tell. And you can get these guys to go nuts. Now, as you can see, there's 4 teammates, like 4 side and 2 enemy. So this is a nice little basic sort of game to do. It's just a little bit time consuming. I mean, okay, yeah, no, it's definitely on the fastest speed possible. So if I get him to go and attack that one as well, and I get him to attack that, because obviously he beats beasts, and get him to specifically attack that one. You can see he's encountered, so we'll get a little like sort of battle style. So he only takes 15 damage for every 40 he dishes out. So this thing should be quite dead quite quickly. So as you can see, he's continuously attacking. We've got another encounter here, but as you can tell, we've got a new enemy type, which is this bird thing. No, I don't want to move. No, attack. So what I need to do is find out what beats these flying things. So obviously it's going to be the shooter dudes. So let's deploy him to go take out him. We'll deploy another one. Not a fighter. No. Oh well. You can help deal with the vast amount of enemies down here. As you can see, he's encountered the Wyvern, which is kind of bad news for my guy. So if I go and attack him and get this guy to hopefully hurry up, I guess I should really entertain him whilst I'm waiting. As you can see, enemy destroyed. We're on a roll here. There are 2 enemies there. We want to take out Beast 3. And we want to take the beast out as fast as possible. And we need to deploy a shooter. Now, the reason they're named like 01 and 02 is it's just to point out how many of them you have at this time. So, encountered an enemy. There's a shock. He's going to entertain the bird. And this one here is hopefully going to entertain the guy on the floor, which is good. So, we're slowly but surely getting through this mission. So let me just attack him. See, he's getting absolutely battered here. He's not even facing his enemy. I mean, he is going to be very lucky to come out of this with any health. And as you can see, I've had I'm going to deploy a catapult because they seem to be coming from this way. I'm going to send another attacker down. You can see it can get a little bit tricky because there are 7 enemies. Well, there's 8 enemies now. And that sounded like another teammate dying. Yep. Why are you still stationary? I never sent you on a quest, did I? And he said there was going to be about 10 enemies. Lies! You can tell beasts, these guys are actually quite alright as all-rounders. I don't need to see this. So, unfortunately I have to keep telling them to attack the first time, which is getting kind of irritated, but as you can see, he's dealt with that, so we'll go deal with him. Now this guy's encountered something, and he's doing 40 damage to him, and again only taking 15. So, in this dude's case, he needs to go after that wyvern as fast as possible, and you need to go after him. Now my shooter is probably going to die here because he has literally no choice but to, and so is he, because obviously unless I can get away and just say go there. Oh, here we go. Commander 01. Now as you can see, he's got a lot of health. I don't know where you're off to, mate, because you're needed there. Hopefully. That sounded like, yep, my shooter's died. Which was to be expected, really, because shooters aren't that good. But as you can tell, I'm going to leave him there attacking whichever one's weakest, Beast 05. And get another attacker out and send him after the other beast. Or the same one, doesn't matter. What we need now is we need to find out what that thing's called. He's called Commander, I think, wasn't he? So, any of these beat commanders? No. So, best thing we can really do at this point is send out possibly a defender, just as sort of cannon flak, if you will, and we'll send out another attacker. Where is he? Attacker 05. We'll send him out to deal with some of this mess down here. Obviously, we got him destroyed now. So if we work on getting rid of the weaker ones first, hopefully, my attacker should defeat the Wyvern. We've got another encounter now. This is, I thought this was quite a nice little break from, you know, the standard sort of Final Fantasy. Oh, he's already killed him. Nice. Yeah, I thought this was a nice little breakaway from, obviously, the standard Final Fantasy turn-based battles, which in some cases are, you know, it's nice to have that little break between games. And as you can see, my attacker has died, so we'll send him down. In fact, we needed a shooter. We'll send him down to entertain him. I mean, he can't be that high on health. He's got 2 HP, he's dead. So, enemy destroyed. Straight away, you're back in action. You're going to die, most likely. In fact, you're going to just make it out with 15 HP. And my attacker's getting his butt kicked. Because obviously we need to get my defender in there as fast as possible. Now, I've never done this thing before. I've never done this battle. As I said, I said jokingly at the start, it'd be stupid not to do these things. I have been stupid enough to never know about this. I always thought the only version of this fight was the story one, but as I say, I found out otherwise. Now, this thing is absolutely battering my my units. It's best I try and figure out what could be useful. So if I go over here, oh, I don't want him to attack now. He seems to be moving straight forward. So if I plant a bomb here, and then that kind of looks like the Majora's Mask. Yeah, if I can just keep him entertained long enough. So he can't use a bomb, so I'm going to get him out of the way of this. And then obviously I'm going to send another unit out, just to sort of keep him entertained, if you will. So we'll send a fighter after him. I mean, we've got an attacker as well, who's coming from behind to get him. Now, he's packing a punch. It's about 3 hits. I'll survive. Now this is quite annoying. You can't just leave a unit somewhere. So this thing, it's right. You know what? You're the king of the fucking hell, alright? Now stop bugging me with your annoying text. I mean, there are probably better ways of doing it. I could have just brought out tons and tons and tons of units and just left them all, like made them all sit here in a line and put maybe 2 or 3 there. There we go. Match over. And we won! We won our first Shinra soldier encounter. Although they weren't really Shinra soldiers, were they? But they're not Shinra's troops. You sure to scout the area well, we don't know when they're going to attack it. You have 3 allies left, so here's 600 gil. Oh yeah, I found this just now on the battlefield, maybe it'll come in handy for you guys. Magic comb. Now, this is what I was on about. This is the, whenever you see a feather, I believe that's Red 13, Red 13's weaponry. So if I just go outside and celebrate my victory by PHSing a Red 13 into my party, I'll show you what I mean when it says double. I mean, I'm not going to go into a battle and show you, but I'll bring him in so you can actually see it in the equip screen. And I'll give you a sort of brief overview of how these materia things work. So, let's just leave here. And that. So we're back on the world map now. We protected Fort Condor again. Cloud's looking unhappy, but he always looks unhappy. So we'll just PHS. We'll get our good friend Red 13 in, who's been neglected to say the least. And we'll go to his equipment. Now, as you can see, I'll probably put a note, like an annotation around it, but you can see on his weapon and his armlet that whenever you like hover over one, it has slots and growth just above their like attack percentage and stuff. Now, what this means is the slots represent how many materia you can have and whether or not they're linked. So in the case of these two, both the weapon and the armor, or whatever you want to call it, they both have joined slots, which means that's where you can pair materia. So you can pair all with fire, all with cure, and things like that. I've already covered this sort of stuff, but I'm just going over it again. And then of course if they're linked, if they're not linked, like the spare slot on his weapon, they can't obviously be paired with anything else, so it's best to stick like, you know, really attacking materia in there and things like that. But you'll notice that, oh god, backed out. You notice that growth says normal, and the growth represents how much AP you get from a fight. And then you can't get half of the AP in the fight, but you can get double and triple. And the reason why I got this mithril magic comb was because it increases his attack and it has double materia growth. The only downside is, unlike his, oh, I've done it again, unlike his previous weapon, his slots aren't linked, which isn't a big problem because the double materia growth is going to come in twice as handy. So I thought I'd just give you a little brief overview of that. I'm going to get Ares back in. She should still have all her materia. Yep. So as you can see, if they're linked, they'll work together. So all in fire, or all in cure, sorry. Now of course I got fire and elemental still from when I battled the mithril snake. Mithril snake? Whatever the thing is in the marshes. Sephiroth had killed as well. But yeah. Obviously I have Earth linked in with cover, which makes no difference at all. So I could have anything in there, I could have Earth at long range. Now as you can see I got I've done it again. I really need to sort out his controller, don't I? Yeah, as you can see I haven't got fire equipped anymore. Oh no, she's got one. Is the other fire better? No. But yeah, the double materia growth is going to come in very, very useful for when I do the grinding of the limits for that character, because obviously I can just attach some materia to him that I desperately need to level up. And so whilst I'm leveling him up and his limits, I can obviously double the amount of AP I'm getting in fights. So if I go to the area where I know of where you can get, I think, something like 180 AP a battle, I'll actually be getting 360 whenever I encounter the monsters. So, I mean, you think 360 into 1,500, that's barely anything. That's like under 5 battles. So in fact it's like 4 at most, obviously. So you know, it is really worth grabbing this item. But anyway, that's it for this episode. I know it's been relatively short and kind of a boring side quest, but it's something that you gotta do, or you can do, and I've chosen to do it. So if you don't like it, tough. You can always skip the episode. But anyway, thank you very much for watching as usual. I will hopefully have the next few episodes posted up relatively shortly, and hopefully with some of those good old achievements you guys have submitted. So yeah, you've got something to look forward to, and I look forward to finding out what the achievements are. So yeah, once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye for now.